everybody.
Hello, I'm Gil Ashworth.
And I'm Emily Ashworth.
And we're with Tenacity in Marriage. We have another part 2 of our exercise that we want to bring to you guys this afternoon.
Yes, Relationship Rehab, part 2. Now, if you have not watched part 1, please go back and do that, because that is page 1 in the supplies that we're getting ready to list out to you. So there are a few things that you're going to need. The first thing is 3 different colored ink pens, okay? The second thing is a highlighter, any color, and a notebook, all right? So page 1 of your notebook is going to be the exercise that we listed in part 1 of 4 in the first video that we recorded. So please go back and watch that, okay? Now, the second page we're going to talk about today.
So you need to pick one color ink and you'll write your question out, okay? And that question is, write all the things your spouse has done to hurt you or cause you pain, okay? And then you're going to take a different color ink and you're going to write down all of those things. Hopefully it's just one, but you're going to write down all the things your significant other has hurt you with or caused pain in your relationship, okay? Thirdly, you take the third color, okay? And then you're going to write the solution. What would you like to see differently done? How would you like to have a situation handled differently, okay?
And that's going to actually open up a dialogue for y'all, as you go forward. So that is the very first question, all right? So page 3, and you need to give yourself at least 1 full page for each question, because we're going to have some parts where you're going to go back and add some things, and the highlighter will be added in later on in another exercise. So the second question?
The second question is, write all the things you have done that have caused you not to like yourself, or list the things that you don't like about yourself. This exercise, it is meant to be very, very, very uncomfortable. You're peeling back layers deeply, because what we found is that a lot of the hurt and pain that some of us deal with have long been there and just never been dealt with.
Yes.
So it's meant to dig deep and bring up to the surface for you better work out and deal with these issues, okay? So sometimes it is the spouse, and sometimes it could be you. Let's just be honest about it, be real. So it's doing a very self-awareness inventory, if you will, of yourself. So be honest.
Yes.
And write down these things, okay? And you can go back and look at that, and you will be amazed and surprised at some of the things you learn about yourself. Because your spouse, as well as yourself, you're not the same person that you were a month ago, a year ago. Life experiences does that to us. You grow. You're not meant to stay in the same spot. You want to bring your relationship to a deeper level, to a higher level. This is where you want to start it. This exercise is meant to be very intensive, okay?
Yes. And what you want to do, once you have answered those questions, once you've written the question in one color, written your list in another color, and then written your ideas of how to solve it in another, you and your spouse are actually going to exchange notebooks, okay? At that point, you're actually going to read what one another has written, okay? Now listen, this is a no judgment zone. No matter how little or how big that issue is, you're writing it down so that you can communicate and explore why your spouse feels that way, why your significant other feels that way. And that's important, because their perception is their reality. And if you love that person, you want to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to communicate with them and make sure that you have an understanding, okay, of how that person feels and how you feel. And then also deal with yourself, and how you feel about yourself can be very revealing to your spouse, which also may cause a lot of issues there. I've talked in many of our talks when we speak publicly about the issues that I went through with self-image, with body image, after having our children, and that's definitely some things that are gonna have to be tackled to be able to move forward with an understanding, so that you can tear down those things that have been blocking effective communication with you and your spouse and stopping you from going to that next level, causing you to have a tenacious marriage, okay? And that's what we want. We want you to be so tenacious and so on fire for your spouse that you can't wait to see them after they leave work in the morning. You know, so that's the purpose of this first part of this exercise. So this is the first 2 questions. There are 2 more parts that are going to come. Please make sure you answer these questions. Explore, get down to the nitty gritty, shed your tears if you have to shed tears, but make sure that you tackle each issue and come up with a solution together to each one of those issues. And if for some reason you can't come up with a solution and you need a third person, don't hesitate to reach out to us or reach out to your pastor or get professional counseling. None of that means that you're weak, but it means that you want your marriage to be strong. And that's important, because when the marriage is strong, the family is strong. When the family is strong, the community is strong. And it goes on from there. So keep those things in mind, and we really hope that you enjoy this exercise. Again, don't hesitate to reach out.
Please do. Thank you all for listening, and we really, really hope that you do this exercise, okay?
Yes.
We've done it, and we've learned. I mean, we're not going to tell you something that we haven't done.
Right.
So we're on this journey with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, and this has been like, you have to become a student of your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I thought we've been together. It's going to be 18 years in September. 18 years. So much I've had to learn about her. I'm still learning about her, and likewise.
Yes, I'm learning about him.
Because our interests change, our thought patterns change, our life situations change.
Right.
You know, so this is going to be a little uncomfortable, and it's meant to be. If you really take the time and sit down and really think, if you have to go into another room to do this exercise, do that. Get down to the root of what this issue is. Mm-hmm. And you don't move forward until you have a solution for that issue. And you deal with each issue one by one to get to where you're trying to go. Yes. It opens up an understanding, it opens up dialogue, it opens up awareness for each other, if that makes sense.
Most definitely. So y'all be blessed. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and we pray that you have a great week. And again, don't hesitate to reach out. Have fun with this exercise. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. But in the end, we pray that you laugh and smile about some of the things that you find out as you get through or after you get through the painful parts.
Yes. Thank you all. Have a beautiful Sunday.
Bye.